What's good, you guys? Welcome back to yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about Ishod Wair's Air Maxes. Firstly, if you skate and you never heard of Ishod Wair, then you're definitely missing out on some of the best street skating ever done. About a week ago, he actually released some Godspeed clips on Devontae Jolly's channel, and man oh man, was it a video to watch. I always love watching video parts from Ishod because he has these high intense, action-packed clips. But he also has these very funny moments and times where he can be a comedian.
But I'm right. I'm generally right on target.
I can't lie, like, the dude is highly inspirational. Ishod actually released his very first shoe back in 2022, earlier that year. And to say the least, it was a really good skate shoe. It had vents on the sides to make the shoe more breathable, a moderately thick tongue on the top to protect your feet, and a Nike Reacts insole, which was great for board feel and impact protection, just in case you like to skate big drops and stairs. And now, 2 years later, he releases his second pair of shoes. And would you believe I have some words to say about these? Before I get into what I rate these shoes and why, I do want to preface what I'm about to say by saying this. I've had some really good days with these shoes, where I'm learning things like Smith kickflip out, half cab no slide big spin, or if it's just me, getting better at a trick, like doing half cab heels off bigger drops. And I've had some really bad days with these shoes, like we've all had from time to time. With that being said, now I'll be talking about the primary benefits and drawbacks of Ishod Wair's Nike SB Air Maxes. So just to split this review up into categories, first I'll be talking about the visual representation of these shoes, and then we'll get into how they feel and then the overall performance of the shoes. Okay, so when it comes to the initial visual representation of these shoes, first of all, I'm not an image consultant, but I would definitely wear these and not skate in them. Of course, they're made to skate, so eventually I would do that, but I would wear these as regular shoes, to be honest. I really love the way they look. So if you look online, in terms of the colorways of the Ishod Air Maxes, they have an all black colorway, a red and white, blue and green and white, an orange and cream white, a blue and cream white, a simple blue and white, and a simple pink and white colorway. But I actually am upset because I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, and definitely leave a comment in the comment section below if I am wrong about this, but Ishod did come out with the simple blue and white colorway after the initial shoe came out, which was like the worst idea ever because blue is my favorite color. So if I knew he was just gonna drop a blue and white colorway, I would have just waited and not got the red colorway. But even with red not being my favorite color, they still look bomb. I love how they display his first and last name on the shoe, with his last name being more prominent, and they kept the side vents but made the Nike logo bigger compared to the first ones. Overall, it really does look like a multi-purpose shoe. You can basically skate in them and play basketball, go running, or for just simply casual wear. There's so many checks on the shoe, and don't forget about the one on the tongue. I definitely thought that was a cool little add-on, but to say the least, I'm giving the visual representation an overall 9. Now it's time to rate them on comfortability before and after you break them in. Honestly, the comfortability throughout the life of the shoe does tend to go up and down, kind of like a bell curve. Before you break them in, just like any other skate shoe, they are really stiff and the board feel is pretty much non-existent. Right after you break them in, which only takes a couple hours, they loosen up, and at that point in time, they feel the best. They're basically at the peak of the bell curve in terms of the comfortability, if you know what I mean. And I know what you're thinking, despite the airbags on the bottom of the shoes, you still have pretty decent board feel. But after 3 months of skating these shoes, every time I did something just as simple as walking in them, I started to feel and hear them break down essentially. Basically what I mean when I say that is I started to feel the insole rub against the other parts of the shoe when I walked and did my flip tricks. And here's a clip that basically proves what I'm talking about. Putting the mic close to the shoe so you can hear what I'm talking about. I don't know about you, but I don't want to sound like a cartoon character every time I put some shoes on. So Ishod, if you're listening to this, please make it so that these shoes don't make sounds after 3 months of skating them. It would help a lot. With that being said, I'm gonna rate the comfortability throughout the life of me wearing them a 7. All right, so now the last segment of this video, which is me rating the overall performance of these shoes. We're gonna be talking about the durability, the impact protection over time, and the general signs of wear. I do have a couple complaints when it comes to the durability over time and just the long-term performance, but generally I do like the overall performance of these shoes. When it comes to the soles, they haven't ripped, which means they did a really good at lasting over time. So if you skate street a lot or just like hill bombs, then these shoes would definitely be a really good option for you. And the placement of the shoelaces make it so that they're conveniently tucked away so they last over time. And as you can see, I haven't had any tears or rips at all. All right, so here's where things do tend to change just a little. The leather fox and suede on the shoe do look great visually, but they don't tend to last too long over time, especially if you tend to do a lot of heel flip tricks. As you guys can see, without shoe glue, these shoes literally would have fell apart. In fact, there is some breakage still starting to develop on this side. And as you can see, I even broke through one of the side vents. You can even see my finger coming through on the other side. And that's actually not the only issue I had when skating these shoes. The stitching is also pretty problematic. In more than just one area, you can see how the stitching just gave up on me. And even though it looks like only the heel side stitching is starting to fall apart on both sides, it's starting to also fall apart on the toe side too. Needless to say, I would highly recommend buying shoe glue if you're thinking about buying the Air Maxes. With that being said, I give the overall performance a 9 out of 10. There's some really good things about these shoes that lasted well over time for me, and the bad things that are starting to happen to them now are happening over 3 months of me wearing them and skating them. So it was kind of expected. Okay, so that just about wraps up my review of the Ishod Wair Nike SB Air Maxes. Definitely let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about these shoes. Do you agree? Do you disagree about what was mostly said in this video? And if you're still on the fence of whether or not you should buy these shoes, I would just tell you to go for it. Not only are you doing yourself a favor by buying some of the best skate shoes on the market, but you're also supporting one of the best skaters in the game. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll see you guys later. I'm out.